Alrighty, moving on to worked example 3 in AM1. We have done the first two and we simplified some algebraic terms, some algebraic expressions that involved addition. Now these ones you'll note actually use multiplication. Now I have said to you guys, we've talked about the index laws and things like that. We still do it the same, we still do collecting like terms, so if there's different pronumerals or different constants or anything like that, then we still use like terms, so that's all the same. The difference is when we had, say, 3 plus 3 plus 3, you've got 3 times 3, or sorry, I'll probably use 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 4. That's 4 times 3, okay? So we use the multiplication when we collect them. In this case, we've already got multiplication in there. We've got 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now, I'm going to assume, here we go, I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to assume that you guys know that 3 times 3 is the same as saying 3 squared. I'm assuming that because I know you guys, and if you don't know that, there's the window. Just saying. Alright? So we're going to assume that you guys know that. Now, if you want to look into that further and just go, well, why do they put that little 2 up there? Why do they call that squared? Well, they call it squared because it's 3 times 3 and it looks like a square, obvious. But the 2 represents how many dimensions, or I'll think of it as that, it's how many dimensions. So if you're talking about a square, it's got a length and a breadth. It's only got 2 dimensions. And if you look at the numbers, you've got 3 times 3. How many numbers are there? 2. So how many times did we, how many times did we multiply 3 by itself? Twice. So that's why we've got the 2. So keep that in your mind. Let's have a look at this first part of work example 3. If you have a look, we've got 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. How many times did we multiply 3 by itself? It's the only question you have to ask yourself. How many times did we multiply this number by itself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we did 3 to the power of 6. Okay, we multiplied 3 by itself 6 times. Okay, it's not the same as 3 plus 3 plus 3 or 6 times 3. It is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times itself 6 times. Sorry, I'm reiterating because I'm on a video and I can't really see your expressions. So that's it. Next one. That was with the number. That's nice and easy. We could evaluate that and find out an answer. I don't care about the answer. I want it in in index form. This is index form. Next one we've got is m times n times n times n. So we've got m, how many times? 4. It is as simple as that. Okay? It gets no harder than that. There are a couple of other laws that we use to make our lives easier later on, but this is the basics of it, and that's the important one. Now, I just want to remind you guys that when you have a look at something in index form, you've got that. This is your base, okay? And this is your index, or your exponent, or your power, any of those words, okay? You will hear them, or indices, things like that. You will hear all those words. I just want you to be aware of them and don't freak out. All right, that's it for example 3. That was nice and easy, and we're done.